All right, so where is it?
Where's what? Oh, man. I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Welcome to the show!
All right, horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. How you doing, partner?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. This week we will not be calling and waking anybody up.
No, they're wide awake already.
Yeah.
Well, they were.
They were.
They might be asleep now. Who knows?
On this edition of Rock and Metal Revival, there's a new album out called Randy Rhoads Remembered, and Brian Tichy was the mastermind behind that. Now, Brian's played with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Whitesnake, Foreigner, Ozzy, Sweet and Lynch, Pride and Glory, played with Slash's Snake Pit, played with the Lynch Mob.
You name him, he played with
Dead Daisies.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal musician. Well, he did this Randy Rhoads Remembered show, and in our next hour...
And not only is he a drummer, but a guitar player, too.
Yeah.
And holy crap.
So we're going to...
guitar player.
Next hour, we're going to pay tribute to Randy Rhoads and the Randy Rhoads Remembered show and give you a little taste of that. So
yeah.
I know you're pretty happy about that.
Got like an extended interview. Oh, yeah, I'm always happy to play Randy Rhoads
I know
stuff,
you are.
dude. Big time.
All right, so we're going to kick this show off. Why don't we do it with... why don't we do with some Brian Tichy played on? Here's the Lynch Mob.
Okay.
This is River of Love Unplugged.
All
Lynch
right.
Mob on Rock and Metal Revival. From the CD Reel to Reel, Volume 1, there's Tesla, the cover of Led Zeppelin's Thank You on Rock and Metal Revival. And
So sweet. What a sweet song.
dude, I love Led Zeppelin.
I know, you're a big Zeppelin. I like Zeppelin,
Yeah.
too, man. I wish they'd come back around.
Them and the Beatles.
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be... You imagine how much money that tour would bring in?
Can you imagine? Who could afford the tickets?
Yeah, exactly. No one could.
That'd be crazy as hell.
It'd be crazy.
So what's
Don't
new
get
with you,
crazy.
brother?
Not much. Just
Yeah?
chilling out, mostly. Just trying to take it easy. My shoulder's all messed up, so...
How's that? How you like that new pipe I got you?
That looks cool, man. Can't wait to try it out.
Jamaican made.
Yeah.
Handmade.
Yeah, cool.
So
Cool.
got that going. And coming up, what do you think about going to see Hailstorm?
I think it sounds like a good idea, but it's freaking expensive.
Yeah, but they're
for that
playing in a
place.
small theater.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's, yeah, I don't know.
Finally, some
Still
shows
thinking
starting to
about
get
it.
on the board.
Yeah, though. That's cool. That's cool. Like this Randy Rhoads show is going to be coming around. To our
Coming
neck of the
around.
woods.
Yep. And so is Michael Schenker.
Yeah.
So is Priest and Saxon.
Oh, that'll be good. Man,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start marking my calendars and
Yeah.
planning shit out. That's
So
expensive.
I'm working on Priest and Saxon right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
What
we'll
are you working on with
Getting
them?
us some tickets and
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
were working for them. You're going to be their roadie? or
I could
something?
be, you know.
Yeah.
I could be the road
You
manager.
reading that roadie book yet?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you getting there?
Yeah.
How far are you on the roadie book?
About 3/4 of the way through it.
Okay, cool.
We'll talk about that on another show.
Okay.
What's it? Out in the streets.
Out on the streets.
Out in the streets. It's a story of
the original Kiss crew.
Yeah.
With KK.
Yeah.
K, Kiss crew.
Yeah.
KK. Yeah.
the original. You wanted the best, you got the best.
Yeah,
guys.
that dude. Yep.
So we'll talk to them in the upcoming weeks.
The
We got
hottest
that
band in
coming
the
up.
land.
Yeah,
That's the guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember that.
All right, coming up, we've got more news
Great
of the
opening
weird.
to a live album.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
One
legendary.
of
He
the
probably
best,
got to get
yeah.
any credit for it either.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him if he came up with that on his own.
Huh? Read the book.
I know.
I know.
I know too.
So,
We'll
yeah.
ask him in the interview.
Yeah.
So, but I got a new tune this week of a band I'm really digging. We just talked about Led Zeppelin. And Nick Perry, who's the guitar player in this band, called Mount Holly. And he used to be in the band Silvertide, which I'm a big fan of the band Silvertide. Kind of got that
Yeah.
Blackstone Cherry, Black Crowes kind of sound to him.
Yeah, I liked Gold Tide better. I'm just thought they were more rich.
All right, so going on with what I was talking about. They got a new single called It Ain't Easy. I'm digging this song.
It's Led Zeppelin-esque.
Isk, yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to give it a spin here first.
Ooh,
A
here
first-time play.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And exclusive?
Let us know what you think of this. This is a band. The band's called Mount Holly, and this is It Ain't Easy
Nice.
on Rock and Metal Revival.
The biggest power couple next to Kim and Kanye. It's Red and Jerry and their Rockin' Metal Revival.
There's brand new music from Hailstorm from their upcoming CD, Into the Wildlife. It's called Mayhem on Rock and Metal Revival. You know, I just sent
Man,
emails.
all this new music.
Yeah.
Wow.
sent emails out today to their publicists, to their management company, trying to get Lizzie Hale on the show.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of that album.
I am too. I really dig her voice, man. She could sing
She
anything.
can belt it out, man.
Yeah. Pretty excited on seeing them in the Pretty Reckless on tour.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
In my mind,
If they're
I'm going to be thinking about other things.
they will not be clothed
In my mind.
when they're on stage.
No.
And they will be together.
In your mind. All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go to News of the Weird. All right. Kyoichi Uchimura invents creepy talking girlfriend pillow.
Talking girl pillow. I wonder if it has a special pocket or
Pillows
something.
are great if you're sleeping, but frankly, their conversational skills are lacking. That's the best part.
Yeah, it never
Exactly.
talks back.
Japanese inventor Kyoichi Uchimura has attempted to solve that problem by developing the Itsupo. Talking pillow that verbally responds to the user's touch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The pillowcase features the face and torso of a blonde female anime character on the outside and 2 sensors placed in pouches located in the breast and crotch area.
Oh, it's one of those kind of pillows.
Oh.
It's one of those. Can it get washed?
I don't know. Me see now.
I hope it's washed.
All right.
Dishwasher
You can massage the pillow's cartoon breast and it will coo in delight.
Okay.
Saying things like, what if I start loving you even more than I already do?
Oh, yeah?
According to the Anime News Network, like every broad says that to you. You get too grabby and you'll hear the Japanese equivalent of, hey there, that hurts, or not there. Now, do you tell the 3 lies to this pillow?
You could. What are the 3 lies again?
I only put the head of it in. It'll only hurt for a little while. What's the other one?
Promise to pull out? Or
Something like that. I don't know.
You forgot him?
I was never good at that anyways. Uchimiro is
At
currently...
the lion or the pulling
at
out?
the lion. Currently raising... Just shut up! Currently to market its Supo through a crowdfunding campaign.
All right.
Kind of like Veronica did.
Yeah, same thing.
Maybe Veronica could get some of these and sign them.
I wonder if you get free one if you donate to them.
We should find out.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to make your other pillows jealous, though, Jerry.
Yeah, I know. But
especially
still.
that Minnie Mouse one with the hole in the ass.
Yeah, that one would get jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you get all those Disney characters with the ass cut out of them?
They're all special order, dude.
Oh, okay.
I can give you the website. I think it's DisneyAss.com, something like that.
Did you get it from Terry? Anyways.
He's the marketing guy.
Oh, okay. Seattle bus driver willing to pay $97,000 for bathroom czar.
For someone to find the bathrooms.
It's
for
a
him.
job that might make you flush. Oh, who writes this shit? Where was the cowbell on that one? All right. Find easily accessible bathrooms in the Seattle area. Bus drivers and get paid nearly $100,000 a year. Bus service provider King County Metro Transit is looking to hire a comfort station coordinator, which comes with an annual salary as high as $97,000. Yeah, smoke some more of that. Maybe this will become funny. Metro Transit spokesman Jeff Switzer tells KOMO television station in Seattle that the agency has a legal obligation to find access to bathrooms for its over 2,600 drivers who keep the community moving.
That's a lot of drivers, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of toilets.
You can be the crapper czar, huh?
Yeah.
Crap czar? What would they name him? Piss czar?
I don't know.
They just call him, hey, it's number 1, number 2.
The Prince of Poop.
Yeah.
There you go.
The poop man. Hey, poop finger.
Hey, I learned a new word. Well, it's probably not new to you, but I learned a new word from the kids down in Jamaica.
Oh, you did?
She has a nice turd cutter.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that don't turn you away.
Yeah.
All right, fugitive Andrew Dale Markham arrested after commenting on sheriff's Facebook page. Oh, my God. Hey, get this. An Ohio man facing a slew of charges turned himself in after commenting on his own wanted photo on the sheriff's Facebook page. Andrew Dale Markham was wanted on charges ranging from burglary to abduction, according to KFOR. The Butler County Sheriff's Office knew his previous resident and the areas where he was allegedly criminally active, but they needed help finding him. They posted some photos of him on Facebook in order to enlist the public in their search. They weren't expecting Markham himself to comment on it.
No shit.
He said, I ain't tripping, half of them don't even know me, Markham wrote.
Whatever the fuck that
Whatever the
means.
heck that means. And what the defendant meant by that statement was not immediately clear to officials.
No,
Sheriff Richard K. Jones tweeted a photo of a jail cell telling Markham, "We've got your room ready." Markham turned himself in on Tuesday. Looks like he is crying in this booking photo. Pussy.
Whiner.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Jeremy Bryant. Do you know this guy?
Oh, yeah, sure. He's
He is accused of being a public masturbator. He tells the cops.
Kobe's brother.
Yeah, he tells. He tells the cops, "I've got a problem." The man accused of publicly masturbating in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, allegedly told officers he has a problem with sticking his hands in his pants.
Okay.
Hey, if your fingers are cold,
hey,
you know.
in Wisconsin, you're allowed.
Yeah, because it's
it's cold,
sub-zero, and you don't want them to fall off.
Yeah, you got to keep them warm along with your hands.
Yeah, Jeremy Percival Bryant, age 23, was arrested Saturday afternoon when employees at a Walmart called the police after seeing him allegedly walking between store aisles, rubbing his penis.
Damn Walmart.
Damn it.
Walmart is a sexy
People
place.
of Walmart.
It is
I mean,
a sexy
he fit
place.
right in. Witnesses told police that when people walked towards Bryant, he would cover up and walk away until they went away. Another store employee said she peeked through a jean shelf and noticed him pull out his penis and begin to stroke it.
Okay.
The responding officer wrote in his arrest report that when they first approached Bryant, the suspect
Maybe
placed
he was
his
like
jacket.
Testing out lotions or something?
Placed a jacket over the front of his pants. Bryant was arrested and charged with indecent exposure that was allegedly admitted to having a problem with keeping his hands out of his pants.
Well, I guess he must.
Hope they make a pill or something.
Maybe you should
for
just
that.
try to stay home more often. Not wander around the aisles of fucking Walmart.
Yeah, good idea.
You know?
Here's a good idea for you, brother.
Okay.
Cops find weed in sour cream container marked not weed.
That's fucking perfect. Why would the cop won't open it because he knows it's not weed?
Well,
so why would you open
What about
it?
that big jar out on your counter? It says not oregano.
What about the big pot plant I got that says not pot?
A man in Lincoln, Nebraska has been cited for possessing pot inside a container that had been slapped with a label reading not weed.
Nice.
The Lincoln Journal-Star reports that Lancaster County deputies stopped the man's vehicle around 9 p.m. Saturday. Officers found this plastic sour cream container during the search of his car, and the driver acknowledged that the pot belonged to him. He was arrested on suspicion of drunken driving and citing for having less than 1 ounce of marijuana.
He should have had more in there.
Yeah, if he's going to go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
All right, and last
That
but
whole
not least.
container wasn't full.
Last but not least.
Okay.
Man arrested on 9th. Driving while intoxicated charge, wears unsurprising T-shirt. Luciano Gutierrez, 66, was photographed last week wearing a shirt that reads, "Warning, I do dumb things." After he get arrested for his 9th drunk driving charge. We got to get shirts like that. Nice. Rock and Metal Revival on the back.
Are you sure this sheriff's office just doesn't have them? Hey, put this on.
Wow.
Go put this on. They should have shirts like that, custom, that they have to wear shirts to just say how stupid they are and make them get their, so that when you embarrass them too.
Exactly.
Say what they did.
All right. Well, that's going to wind up News of the Stupid. So
that was. There was some.
Here. Hey, and
That's
I'm just going to give you, this song is going to pretty much go in with our interview next hour, Brian Tichy. So
Okay.
Here's a little Ozzy Osbourne from the Prince of Darkness box set. This is Mississippi Queen.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right?
Nice pick.
Okay, on Rock and Metal Revival.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rock and Metal Revival.
All right, horns up, metalheads. Time for talking real metal news you can't use. Gather around your speakers and call your friends.
Or
Or we'll call Jerry's mom, and she'll call you and scold you for not listening to the show.
Yeah, because she does that to me all the time.
Exactly.
I'm not listening to that.
All right, Metallica has close to 20 new songs written, according to Lars Ulrich.
All right.
All right, so maybe a new Metallica album by 2020.
Yeah, hopefully there's like at least maybe 3 good ones in there.
Exactly.
That's what I'm hoping. They're all left over from Saint Anger.
Yeah. Oh, God. Hey, you'll like this news. Ex-Motley Crue singer John Corabi in discussions with Mick Mars about writing new music and playing some shows together.
You know what I hope happens?
Huh.
Vince goes off and does his own thing, and they just get back together with fucking Corabi and go out and tour that fucking album. That would be badass. The whole with Tommy and Nikki, and
yeah,
that would be badass.
That'd be cool.
I'd go to that.
Yeah,
I'd see that version of Crue.
So would I. Megadeth's Dave Ellefson says Dave Mustaine is a great leader. Maybe he should run for office.
Yeah, he's good at driving people away, pissing them off.
Maybe get all the terrorists out of this country.
Yeah, that would work.
Ex-Wasp guitar.
He'd be the guy to do it.
Okay.
From what I hear, he can get
people
piss people
off.
He can get people to leave. So
Ex-Wasp guitarist Chris Holmes says the kind of music I play just doesn't work in the U.S. anymore. That's because it needs to be good.
Did you hear that? See that video of that music?
Yeah.
That he put out that song. Oh, terrible! Oh,
we offered to do the Chris Holmes thing in the new Curtis Don Vito Bob Nalbandian movie.
Oh yeah, you'd look cool in the pool, floating around, pouring water on yourself.
Vodka,
no, it was water.
Yeah.
But,
Judas Priest Rob Halford is hoping that fairness will prevail in music streaming debate.
Yeah,
I don't want to see artists lose money, dude. I
don't get the streaming. I think that's giving somebody can listen to the song anytime they want.
Yeah,
and not have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Then that's just the same as fucking swapping and sharing songs, because you can record anything you want on a computer if you have just one little program.
Yeah. So
I mean, you can sit there and record their album off of a stream and fucking have it. So what's the difference?
Hey, dude, we're gonna have to change the name of our 10-year anniversary celebration.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nashville Pussy is to release their 10 Years of Pussy compilation album. Wasn't that what we were going to do?
10 Years of Pussy. Yeah, shoot. I thought that was such a good title, too. Oh,
Super Duper Alice Cooper named Best Feature-Length Documentary at Canadian Screen Awards. Congratulations to Alice.
That's a good movie, man.
Metallica's No Life Till Leather cassette to be re-released on Record Store Day. I like Record Store Day.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go check that out.
Buy your music from your local record store, man. Support local business. Sorry, I got on my high horse there for a minute.
That's okay.
Report rock concert could damage your hearing after only 28 seconds. It matters how bad the music is. Classic live.
It can damage your brain more than anything.
Classic live Led Zeppelin footage coming to theaters for one night only.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page says outtakes played a crucial part in Physical Graffiti's success. Did you get that on vinyl yet?
No, not yet. I'm gonna though, but they didn't have it one place I went.
Anthrax Scott Ian, I don't blame Tenacious D for winning Metal Grammy. I don't blame Tenacious D either. I blame the douchebags who voted on it.
The Grammys.
Yeah. New Iron Maiden album is ready to go, says drummer Nico McBrain. But you know what? They don't have a singer.
Yeah, they
now.
can't do anything yet, man.
Get well quick, Bruce.
Yeah.
New albums to be released on Fridays globally starting this summer. Usually they get released on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and they used to do it in different days in different countries, so they're going to do this so that nobody, people from, you get it in Europe first.
And then they stream it over here.
Then somebody takes it over here, and it's, now they're just going to do it on Fridays.
And last but not least, Stryper recording cover version of Black Sabbath's After Forever for the Fallen album.
Woo. I can't wait for that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I like
that'd be cool.
Dude, Stryper kills.
I do like. He's got a great voice, man. Good guitar playing too. So.
All right, two of my favorite bands are out on tour together. Hopefully, you're going to see them in May. One is Blackstone Cherry. The other one is this band. This is Shaman's Harvest and a song that they wrote about Jerry. This is called "Country as Fuck."
That's me. I'm awful. Country.
You are. You're a redneck. All right, on Rockin' Metal Revival.
Yeah.
This portion of Rock and Metal Revival is brought to you by...
I am sick and tired of your constant sexual harassment.
You say harassment, I say a couple of big, juicy orgasms between friends.
From the Blizzard of Oz, there's Ozzy Osbourne and Steal Away the Night on Rock and Metal Revival. And Jerry, this Randy Rhoads Remembered that we've been talking about is outstanding.
It is. And what sucks is you got to go online to get it.
But
But
you know,
hopefully it's going to come out and you can get it everywhere. But I recommended getting it, and I don't recommend that other Ozzy, that other Randy Rhoads tribute thing that's coming out.
No.
But
we're going to play one, Chaz West.
this one kicks ass.
Yeah, we're going to play one right here from that Randy Rhoads Remembered. This is called No Bone Movies. Randy Rhoads Remembered. We're going to talk to Brian Tichy coming up on Rock and Metal Revival. From the CD Randy Rhoads Remembered, there is No Bone Movies on Rock and Metal Revival. And Jerry, what a killer track.
That is just some slamming stuff right there, bro.
And you told me that our guest right now, Brian Tichy, was the singer and the guitar player?
And the bass player on that.
Oh, my. Brian, welcome to Rock and Metal Revival.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Fantastic. I just, when Jerry played that track for me, he goes, yeah, Brian sings and he plays guitar and he plays bass. And I said, well, isn't he a drummer? And he goes,
well, let me correct you a little bit on that.
Oh.
I played guitar and bass on that track. Ray Luzier from Korn, one of my amazing drummer, great friend for many years. He played drums on that, and Chaz West is the singer on that track. So yeah, Chaz sings in the Moby Dicks with us when we do the Bonzo Bash. He's singing Bonham and Lynch Mob and all this stuff, Three-Legged Dog and that. So Chaz is a killer singer. Yeah, so that's him on that, not me. I sang the only song I sang on the record is the original song called Winding Roads, just because I wrote it and figured we don't have much time. Let's just get this thing done. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Brian, I mean, where did the concept for this whole Randy Rhoads Remembered CD and concert come from? Is it something that you've been thinking about for a while?
Yeah, it started a few years ago when we first did in 2010, the first Bonzo Bash show. My partner Joe Sutton and myself were just talking about ideas for the show, and somehow amongst hours of just getting into the show and prepping it and going back and forth on the phone about stuff, one of us just said, hey, if we ever did a show like this for a guitar player, man, it would have to be for Randy Rhoads. And I think if I said that, Joe agreed, and he was like, man, I grew up on Randy. I saw Randy in Memphis when I was a kid on the Blizzard of Oz tour. And I was like, man, I started really getting hardcore into guitar when Blizzard of Oz came out. So we just said it to each other. It was just more like an idea, like that would be cool. But we didn't act on it. That was back in 2010. So last year, 2013, when we were getting the Bonzo Bash together for the NAMM show, January which would be January of 2014, there's getting to be so many drummers. It was like, how many drummers can you fit in one show in one night? And I thought, let's try it. Let's just do 2 nights, man. It might make more sense. So the club the venue gave us 2 nights, and soon after that, for a multitude of different reasons, we were like, it's going to be too much. It might just be overkill for whatever it was. Let's just get as much as we can get into one night and make it a huge, insane night for Bonzo Bash. But then the next question was, well, I guess we just tell the club they can have that other night. And Joe and I were just like, well, or we could maybe try something different. And that's when we said, the light bulb goes off. Wait a second. Remember we talked about Randy Rhoads? Let's do it. Let's go. And so you're opening a can of worms there. You're like, well, what's it going to take? Where do you start and everything? So for me, coming off tour with Jeff Tate's Queensryche, doing a bunch of dates in the summer of 2013, Rudy Stars was in the band, and we had already been friends. But after playing together, it was a little bit easier to write to him and say, hey, Rudy, I have this idea. What do you think? And he was like, that's great. I'm in. And then you guys are still there, right?
Oh, yeah, we're still there, yeah.
Okay. Well, so anyways, that was it. And then we went to the Rhoads family. Just reached out to them, and guitar player Brent Woods, he plays with Sebastian Bach, and he's a guitar player in the Moby Dicks, one of my good buddies. He studied with Randy as a kid, so he's tight with the family. So it was more like, we went, talked to Kelly Rhoads, and he was like, wow, it sounds cool. I've seen the Bonzo Bash thing you guys have done, so let's go for it. So I was like, okay, well, if Kelly Rhoads is saying he's into it, and Rudy's saying he's into it, and we have a venue, let's try it, man. Like, if you're going to go down the NAMM show, I mean, to me, that's fun. Like, rather than, if you have an opportunity to put something together, I get great enjoyment out of it because, first of all, I'm really into it's not just like, oh, somebody threw an artist at me that I don't even care about. It's like, it's Randy Rhoads, man. I grew up on this stuff. I don't have to, as far as the drums, I don't have to rehearse this stuff. It's in my head. Those records, Blizzard and Diary, and the bootlegs, the King Biscuit Flower Hour, and the tribute record. These are things that are etched in my mind, and starting with Randy and the live band's killer, the studio band's killer. So on every level, it's nothing but fun for me. It ends up being a lot of work, just balancing out who's in the show and getting all the technical stuff behind the scenes together. But the end result is a great celebration. Everybody there is there for the right reason, and you just look around and go, man, this guy affected us. Just like John Bonham, when we do the Bonzo Bash. So we just took that template and shifted it over into the world of Randy Rhoads.
So how did you decide who was gonna play some guitar and who was gonna be on the show and do the CD?
Well, there's some. We all have friends or people. You make a list of like, okay, well, here's my buddies that this guy, that guy, and then there's some guys I've either crossed paths with or I know are there's an obvious Randy tie in there, whether it's Brad Gillis or Gus G or Nuno or Bumblefoot. It's like all these guys played the first one, and some people write to you, like Marty Friedman had heard about it and said he was interested. So it's things just start going around. Then then it's just about schedules. A lot of people are like, man, that sounds great, but I'm not at NAMM that weekend, or I'm already booked that night, or they say, oh, I'm psyched, I'm going to do it, and then a month later, like, man, I'm sorry, I got another, I got booked up, I can't. But it's always open with us. Everything's open. We know up to the day of the show things can change. If you're in the show, you're pretty much playing one song. That's the whole thing with the NAMM shows. There's so many people around. Pick your favorite track and have some fun with a bunch of other people that are inspired by all this. So there's no great formula that makes it what it is. But it is a constant balance. You can't just assume, oh, here's my top list, I'm going to call them, they're going to play. You have to have like double, triple, quadruple lists because you don't know who's going to. Somebody might say, I'm really into it, but let me know. I'll know my schedule in 2 weeks. Well, within those 2 weeks, other people are saying, I want to play. So you got some people on hold. You got some people, you know what I mean? It's a never ending juggle, and you try and find a nice balance. And at the same time, I'd be a liar if I said, that we didn't care about the name value, because you have the clubs going, the venue going, hey man, we're a club. We're in business here. We want to see some big names here because we want to sell this place. We want to sell tickets and sell, do what they do at a venue. If it was just a backyard barbecue party at my house, then it wouldn't matter. I just like whoever shows up first, you just get up and jam. Yeah. But there is a business to it all as well. So you always have to keep that in the back of your head. And so there's you just put a list together. I mean, here's some guys that would be awesome in the show. Here's some guys I know. Here's some guys that I could probably get in touch with, and then there's some guys that reach to me, and it just kind of creates itself, just like a Bonzo Bash. And to get into the like I said, you never know. It ends up it's always going to be different. Every time we think we know something, I guess it can maybe get frustrating because you're either putting press releases together or the club is asking you which names, who's in the show, and so this isn't the same as putting a package tour together with 3 bands. It's like, okay, this band confirmed, this band confirmed, this band confirmed. Okay, we got 3 bands and they're all on tour together. With this show, it's like you have 3 bands forming, the amount of 3 bands of players forming one show, and the guitar players, if we do a tour, they're only playing 2 or 3 songs. They're not playing 18 songs a night. So it's not the easiest thing to balance. But what we go with is some people just love it. Some people want to be a part of it because they just really have a great time doing it, and hopefully their schedule's open and they can afford to do it too. Like not passing up a lot of work or just having to drop other things just to come on the road and only play 3 songs a night. There is a spirit that goes on with these shows that is intangible and that's got a value all its own.
So now, Brian, was there any guitarist that you really wanted involved in this project but just couldn't make it?
Well, yeah, there's. It's probably the same names that anybody else would put at the top of this kind of list for this type of show. Is You know, it would be awesome. I mean, for me to have Brad Gillis play was great. It was awesome because we didn't know each other that well, but if he was going to be around at NAMM and he could throw down, you know, he and Rudy Sarzo toured together when Randy passed. It's like, you know, and I was the kid that was like, wow, they got this new guy Brad Gillis, and I remember hearing a live, you know, there's a live MTV concert, there was a live radio concert, and you know, we were all into Randy, and then when Brad came in, he did a killer job. I mean, he was another guitar guy that was up and coming and back in the day, and then, you know, so it was really cool to have him be a part of it, and you know, the end result of that was that he and Sarzo had not played together since the last show on tour with Ozzy in '82. Cool. You know, so it's like, so for them to come together, and that's why we played the live Suicide Solution version that they played in '82, which has the whole extended jam in the middle and all that. Like I that was my idea. I was like, that's the version, man. That's history there. That's stuff that I remember, you know, tripping out on. Like, man, they created this whole song and this whole middle section for the show, you know, for the live show only. You know, this isn't a part of a song or anything. They took bits and pieces of Randy solos and incorporated it too. You know, it was like really cool stuff. So that was just for me, it was an honor to play that with those guys. And but yeah, of course, like, you know, there was a chance this year Jakey Lee was going to play, but he had some back problems. At the last minute, he couldn't make it. And, you know, of course, you know, everybody we've had you know, Gus G played. He's the current. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, from Gus back to Brad being a part of it. So, hey, you know, Nuno, I'm a huge Nuno fan. He's awesome. When he came in and threw down, I was just so psyched when he chose to play Diary of a Madman, because I knew he would come in and just kill it on all levels, which he did. And you know, so you know, when people get in the show, they come in because they really want to be a part of it. It's not just like, oh man, I'll go do a jam. It's like, no, I really want to throw down in honor of this guy that inspired me a long time ago when he came out. You know, when I was learning the ropes of my instrument, and, you know, a teenager or whatever. This is Randy Rhoads, man. It means a lot to me. So you want, you know, you all get together in a room, and it just you know, that's where the spirit comes out. You know, and but you know, I'm you know, as far as any exact particular players, it's, you know, it's like, man, it would be awesome if you know, anybody from, you know, Steve Lukather to DeMartini to Tom Morello to, you know, go down the list, man. Whoever, you know, it would be, you know, it's if they're available and they want to, great. Let's make it happen. You know, so you know, the list is long of people that I'd love to see in the show.
So, is there any chance of did they film this? Is there any chance of a DVD of this coming out?
No, it's pretty much you got to rely on the YouTube clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I in the past I had audio, you know, Pro Tooled, you know, recorded the Bonzo bashes and even videotaped them, but it's like or, you know, filmed them, but man, to get into that world, it's you know, it's a whole other world. To get into like DVD stuff, it's like it's all got to do with the publishing and all those kind of rights and songwriting stuff. So it's really involved, and it's something I don't really have time for. If a company came in and said, we love this show, we want to take it over, we want to, you know, put it out as a DVD, and we'll do all the work that it, you know, is entailed in getting that together, that great, let's do it. But hasn't happened yet. So it's enough to just get that kind of show together on this level, and you know, just get it where it is now without even thinking about video. You know, we could, you know, if we had a few cameras around, I guess we could film it and you know, just put it out on YouTube or something. But it's a lot of work. You got to get some killer audio. You know, I don't want to just put out junk. You know, I don't want to. Oh well, we got it, so throw it out. I'd have to spend. You know, and if there's no budget there for doing that, it's like, well, how much free time do you have to dedicate? You know, which leads me up to the CD that's out, Randy Rhoads Remembered. It's like that was me being really excited about the live show. That was just simply me saying, man, like, I love the rehearsals for these shows, for whether it's the Bonzo Bash, Randy Rhoads Remembered, the Ox and Loon show, which is the one we did for Keith Moon and John Entwistle. I love the rehearsals because there's no pressure, and it's just so much fun having everybody come in and just working up the songs. It's great. But after rehearsing all the Randy stuff and then doing the show, it was in my house I have a studio. I have drum set up all the time. I can record records here, and we can pretty much do it all here. So I was like, well, man, after watching everybody, get their song together, do the show, I was like, wouldn't it be pretty cool if we put this on tape and had something, instead of, man, the one time on stage was the only time this guy did it. What if he did have the time to record a version, and we could put all these versions together? So it really did start as me just wanting everybody that played at the show to, or at least half of the guys, as much as we could fit. I don't know if it's like, volume 1 means, we could finish out the rest on volume 2 because putting it all together takes a lot of time. So everybody reacted favorably, and we got it, but it just didn't line up with everybody's schedules. It's just not everybody had the schedules. It's like, so the simple side of me just sees A to B. I say, well, I have drums here, and I can record drums, and I can send people drum tracks, and they can play guitars over them, and I can send a bass player, that stuff, and they can play bass to it, or whatever order it is. It starts from me, and it can all go through me. And I just got real excited after the show and said, man, this seems easy. And I thought, man, we could have a really ass kicking tribute CD to Randy based off of the show. Yeah. So that's really all it was. And it started moving along, and I had done a few tracks. I think like the first track we did was Tracy Guns and Phil Sasson doing Iron Man, Children of the Grave with Michael Devin singing. And that one, I did a bunch of drum tracks and sent a few out, and that was the first one that kind of came back finished. And I was like, it sounded killer. It's on the record and stuff. It sounded great. And I got one more. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Bill X, came over and did Steal Away the Night, or Kiko did Flying High Again. And, Phil Sasson did some more bass, and we're putting it together. But then I got busy towards the summer and stuff, and then there was no, we didn't get like a record deal. There was no deal that happened, so there was no budget. So once there's nothing like that happening, it becomes a little more difficult. You got to pick and choose how much time you can put into something. Well, after this, I got busy in the summer into the fall. I came back home and hadn't done anything with the tracks in a bunch of months, and I sat in the studio one night and put on what I had, and I listened to it. I was like, man, this stuff is too good to just let sit here. And I got annoyed at myself for saying I wanted to do something and it wasn't even halfway finished. So I was like, man, in respect to the guys that already came and played, or I sent tracks to and they played, I was like, I got to see this through. I don't even care how I get it done, but I'm going to get it done. And that was it. And I said, we got a Randy Rhoads show coming up. Randy Rhoads remembered at NAMM again. We have, January 23rd. I'm like, well, that's our date. Let's get this thing finished and have a bunch ready to be released then. So I just did it all myself. Everybody, and as did all the players involved. They just fit it in their schedules. There's no budget.
Yeah.
There was no budget to work with. It was just time. Do I have time to record some more drums? Do I have time to, either sit with this singer or this guitar player, or do they have time to record at their own studios and get it back to me? And it all worked out. And that's why, you have what you have, and I'm, I think it came out great. Wait, hold on. Well, thanks. I think, in the art, we were scrambling to get the 3 shows at NAMM together and get the CD done. But, so there, on the artwork department, some things slipped by, like a couple typos and spelling things. But, after the first pressing, when we go to press more, we'll fix all that stuff. But outside of that, the bottom line was, the tracks, the goal was to get all the songs I said to get done. And on top of that, we got, the song Winding Roads, which is the one original song on the record, which was like kind of a last minute thought. I think it was literally December or somewhere in November. I was in Australia with this band, the Dead Daisies, and I was talking to my partner. I was like, man, once again, one of us said to the other, what about, an original song? And I had this little idea I was working on. I was like, okay, let's go with a title. Give me a title. Let's talk about a title. If I get a title, with the word Rhoads in it, using his name Rhoads to mean, but taking, literally meaning a road, let's get a title with that. And my partner, I think the first thing out of his mouth was, what about Winding Roads? And I'm like, wow, man, that's a nice big fat title right there. Let's tie in some lyrics in the chorus with that. And, that was it. So I just kind of worked on the song and wrote it and, got the drums and bass down and some basic rhythm guitars and sent it to all the guys all the guys on the CD. There was 9 other guitar players, and they said, hey, just jam at the end of this, play over a verse and a pre-chorus and just go crazy. And that's it. So it was really down to the wire. I don't think we got the last solo on the record, which might have been Phil Demmel's until like January 9th or something. And so we were literally ready. Everything was mixed and mastered except for that one song, and then we had to get it manufactured. So it was all like totally last minute, but it worked out. It worked out. So,
Hey, Brian, I remember back in about I think it was 1982 when I got to see Ozzy with Randy Rhoads here in Madison. And at the time, I didn't realize what I was actually seeing. I knew he was great, but I didn't realize how great he was. When you saw him for the first time, were you just totally taken in, blown away?
Oh, yeah. But wait, where did you see him at?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Awesome. What tour?
I think it was the
It must have been
Diary tour.
Yeah, so it was like an arena, the big old packed arena.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see Randy, but I did. My story was that I heard on the radio they were interviewing Ozzy and like, the singer from Black Sabbath is coming out with his own record, his own banded record, Blizzard of Oz, and they were talking to Ozzy, and I was just listening to it, and they go, okay, we're going to put on we're going to play the first track off the record, I Don't Know. It's called I Don't Know. And as soon as I heard the guitar slide in and that riff, and it just stopped me in my tracks, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was just like every second of the guitar was perfect. And then the solo came on, and it just floored me. And then they did another a little more interview with Ozzy, and then they went to Crazy Train, and that this is like before anybody knew Crazy. This is right when the record came out, so I immediately got it. I think as soon as it was available, this was all right when it was coming out. So, and I was also getting really into guitar. So Randy that record. Here's how heavy it was to me. I did not know what I was doing. Sorry, I'm turning my car on. I gotta get out of my house. Kids up at school. Okay. So I every song blew me away, and I didn't know what I was doing on guitar. I think I learned like a couple riffs and a blues scale. I had no idea really what I was doing on guitar, but I sat there with that album and just tried. I think I recorded it onto a cassette or something. I just tried so hard to learn Randy solos and rhythms. And looking back, it was I was putting more time into his stuff than most other stuff at the time. This is like 1980. So I wasn't. Yeah, that's how much it took these shows for me to look back and realize, wow, I was actually this was a real pivotal record for me because I really was getting into guitar then. It's just after Blizzard of Oz, I started getting into some of the other things, but this was the first record that tied into me trying to learn how to play guitar, for real. And so it was killer. And then after that, I remember they played on whatever radio station, King Biscuit Flower Hour, which you got to hear the live tour of Randy, Ozzy, Rudy Sarzo, Tommy Aldridge, and Don Airey, and that was another one. Now I get to hear Randy's take on his own studio recordings, which he would play off of himself, and some of the stuff was the same, and I loved it, man. It was like that was a whole, so we all did. My buddies who were guitar players in the bands I was jamming, they'd all be like, show me licks they learned of Randy's, or this is how he does the intro of the Crowley solo, all that stuff. So, yeah, I was just, you read about Randy like, Randy, he's classically trained, and he knows he makes great use of the diminished scales and tritones and
harmonic minors, and
I'm just like, and then that's another reason I started getting into theory. I was like, what is this? What's a diminished scale? What is and then I learned that it's on a guitar, it's basically you can look at it like every 3 frets, just go every 3 frets. And there's certain Randy licks that are they have that sound to them, the diminished sound, and that's all straight from Randy Rhoads. That's where I learned about it, learned how to play it, and a lot of it's from his from his unaccompanied his spotlight solo in the live in the live shows and stuff, the bootleg stuff you could get. So yeah, it was all it just all goes back to when I was just learning how to play guitar.
Cool.
So he was like he was like right there at the forefront of it all for me.
Now, this CD isn't available on, like, iTunes or Amazon. Is the only place to get it CaliforniaMusicFest.com?
Yeah, right now that's it. That was just our website. You can order it from there. It goes to our little PayPal thing, and we do we do it all ourselves. So it's that simple. But right now I am talking with a label that's gonna tie into getting it out digitally. So I'm hoping in the next couple months we're gonna have that going. So which would be great because it'll be a whole new another fresh batch of press about the record because now you'll be able to get it iTunes, Amazon, and with that will come some new publicity and and we'll get some new press going all the way around for it. So it'll be cool. So yeah, I thought we just had to get it out. We had to get it out and let people know it's out. And in respect to the everybody that put time into the record as well as tying it into the NAMM show. So now that it's out and we can do whatever the hell we want with it, which is like put the show on tour, which we're going to be doing in I think the middle of May for about 5 weeks around the country. Take Randy Rhoads Remembered, Rhoads across America, and we're putting that all together now. We have a nice lineup, but like I said, with the show, things change. We're still working on locking in all the dates and the routing and all that junk. But
cool.
This CD will be available through that, and then I'm hoping at that point, it'll be perfect tie-in to announce the digital release and keep it rolling. Yeah.
So, are there any tracks on this you thought like maybe could have added some cowbell to?
I would have only put cowbell on it if there was a cowbell on the original one.
We're being from Wisconsin, we're big fans of the cowbell, so we always think that cowbell should be everywhere.
That's like
I thought it was just because since the what's his name skit with Saturday Night Live, everybody loves saying more cowbell now. And what's crazy is I never got the joke. I'm just being honest. I never got the whole, because I love Don't Fear the Reaper, and in the studio when they start going, he starts doing the cowbell in the skit. I was like, but as a kid, that cowbell is so low in the mix.
You can't. I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah,
until
it's like
I saw that. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going. Is the joke on Blue Oyster Cult for mixing the cowbell too low, or is the joke that maybe everybody else understood as a cowbell? And I hear that little ding, ding, ding in the back in the original track. But to me, if you're going to rock out a cowbell and talk about more cowbell, you should be playing Mississippi Queen.
Yeah.
Give it up to Court Blank, because that is the number one. That is the most massive cowbell intro. Nobody's ever going to touch it because Leslie comes in with the insane riff. The song is massive, but just the simplicity and the sound of that first cowbell, and then you wait for the drums to kick in, blapping, blapping. That's the top of the top for me. So I thought if they nothing against, I love Don't Fear the Reaper, man, but I'm just saying as far as cowbell, if you were going to do a skit that involves making a cowbell the focus of it, I would think that you'd be going Mississippi Queen,
Exactly. Hey, Brian, go ahead. No,
anyway, I'm just saying because it starts with the cowbell. It's like the whole thing. So you can make that's the joke right there. Is the guy's like he's already digging in the skit. He's already starting the whole band off with the cowbell. So that would be even funnier because he's the one started. But anyways, okay.
I got to see you this summer with the Dead Daisies when you played with Kiss, and I just thought that band just killed. And I wanted to know how the Cuban tour went for you guys.
Well, cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was a great experience for me because Kiss was my first band as a kid. That was the first band I got into before anybody else. So just to be on their stage and be around that world was real nice. Because that my whole all my dreams and aspirations in the rock and roll world started with staring at Gene, Paul, Peter, and Ace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun to do that. And we just got back from the Dead Daisies. Got back from Cuba Sunday night, and it was cool, man. It was a lot of people are really curious about it, and it couldn't have been nicer. I mean, when you go down there, like as a rock band, and you're playing a couple shows. I mean, everything's well organized, and you have a lot of people working with you down there. Everybody's knows what they're supposed to be doing, and we're not on vacation. We're there to rehearse and play a couple shows, and we visited with some music schools, and we just spent time on a schedule, so it wasn't like we had a lot of time to we didn't have a day off. We were there like 9 days. It was 9 days of work, but everything was cool. It was to me it wasn't so much different. I know politically and stuff, there's more going on with what Cuba represents and stuff than just going to somewhere in South America. But for me personally, it was just like going on tour. You know, you're going to another foreign country, and you're gonna, you know, the main goal is to kick ass. You know, I'm the drummer of the band, and I better kick ass when it's time to play drums. So that's my main goal. Everything else is secondary, and it always will be for me. You know, especially when I'm on tour and stuff. That the first goal is no whining and no making excuses, and just make sure that when whether you're recording or playing or whatever your job is, that's got to be 100%. So I had a good time. You know, it was fun.
All right. Well, Brian, we appreciate your time today. Go out, everybody, and buy Randy Rhoads Remembered. We're going to play another cut off that. This one's called the one we've been talking about, Winding Roads. And Brian Tichy, thank you so much for coming on Rock and Metal Revival.
Thanks for the bump up. Thanks for the interest, and hope to talk to you guys again soon. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Tichy, the creator of Bonzo Bash and Randy Rhoads Remembered. You're listening to Rock and Metal Revival.
From Randy Rhoads Remembered, there is Winding Roads on Rock and Metal Revival. That's a great tune, dude. That's
really
a jam.
is, man. I really like it, man.
So, I mean, it's 10 minutes long, but it doesn't get old.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'm hoping they do a version, edit down one.
So it can be on the radio?
So you can play it on the radio or something,
All right.
But I dig it, man. Very cool stuff.
Very cool. And we want to thank Brian Tichy for coming on the show. I know that was cool for you.
Yeah,
being
for
a big
sure.
Randy Rhoads fan. And we're going to get on out of here, and we're going to play one from Quiet Riot, a salute to Randy Rhoads. This one's called Thunderbird. Until next time, don't drink and drive, smoke and fly. Peace.
That is a good one. Yep. And take it easy.
This brings to an end another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rock and Metal Revival.
So who put his hoo-hoo dilly in your cha-cha?